You're tuning in to the Copacetic Hour.
This is the Copacetic Hour.
Why don't you just chill?
Why don't you just chill? Why don't you just chill?
Yes, this is the Copacetic Hour. Copacetic is a term meaning everything is fine, cool, and in excellent order. This podcast is an air for open discussion, but not for the weak-hearted nor the simple-minded. And although we may not always agree, we always exemplify respect. But at the same time, nobody, and I do mean nobody, is exempt from getting these jokes. Everything is copacetic. Yes, this is the Copacetic Hour, episode 33. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Cool.
About to say, we're going to have to hurry this shit up. The playoff song, you fucking
You know what
around
I'm
my money, boy.
That's what's up. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, what up, everybody? This DeMonte. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Shekinah. Also, She Kinda Crazy. What's up?
Hey everyone, I'm Alicia. Nice to meet you.
Back at it again. You already know who it is, Brady B.
Hi guys, I'm Tyler.
Facts. Let's hop right into it. First topic, right? Okay, so I'm watching TV and I see this thing where it's like, and it even comes into effect with the Offset and Cardi B thing, right? Like, when your friend is getting ready to marry someone or getting ready to get into, not even marry, just a serious relationship with someone, do you like, is it guy code or girl code to go ahead and do the research on their partner before they jump into something serious with them? If they got any, sketchy or hoish ways, you know what I'm saying? I would say you got to check the hoe facts, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what be going on in motherfuckers' hometowns, you know what I'm saying? Especially where they from. If yes, what are some of the things that you're looking for? If no, why wouldn't you look for things like that?
I'm going to just say from the guy perspective, I ain't no Inspector Gadget ass nigga, and I'm expecting the same in return. We all fucking grown folks. So if you're not a grown-ass man to be able to run the whole facts on the girl you talking to, especially in the internet age, why the fuck are you talking to her? So I don't think it's no guy code on guy code, no. Not girl code. I can't speak on that. That's women's business.
Facts.
I don't know. I feel like if you get to the point where you're ready to marry or be serious with that man, like, girls are different. It's not really much I'm going to be able to even tell you. Like, that's your man at that point, you know what I mean? Even if I tell you he used to be a hoe, I'm sure you already know that, you know what I mean? I'm just here to support you on whatever lane we going. If we with him today, I'm here to support you. And if we not, then that's your business. You know what I mean? I don't have time to do research on your man and mine. So
I definitely agree with Brady. As far as the guy code part of it, I'm not looking into that for you. That's on you. As long as, like, if I know something as far as like she been with one of the homies or something, I'll speak up on that just so you can have that clarity. But that would be something at the beginning of it. Or if it got to the point of they're being serious as far as like marriage or something, more than likely you already know that. So that's not on me for that. So.
Right. And I feel like that's something that we all kind of talk about as a friend group already, where it's like, people kind of know each other's business. So you would be able to get that right off rip, or even before you even meet a girl, to even get to the stage of being serious with her, a lot of times you might be like, yo, like, who that, where you know her from, like, you got with her, anybody that got with her. So a lot of these questions come up early, and like, Monte and everybody else said, like, by the time you get to something serious, you probably done already made it up in your mind that don't mean as much to you, or you're willing to look past it.
Not me, nigga. I'm going to check this shit out, goddamn it.
But you gonna check it out for your homeboy though?
Yes, nigga. let's say,
That's kind of some weird shit though.
oh nigga, that's my.
I feel like because if you come to me like, yo, like I know you ain't asked me, but I kind of ran the whole facts on Shorty. I'm like, why are you investigating my Shorty though? Like, because now I'm gonna look at you kind of different. Like, why you want to know so bad about what's going on with my girl?
I don't want to know because if it's some shit that you need to know, I'm gonna tell you. If it's some bullshit, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Actually, now that I think
What's
of
some shit
it,
he would need to know though? Like, what's considered need to know information?
Like if she out here creeping with a nigga on you, and you just don't know
Well,
about.
that's obvious.
Well,
okay,
yeah, that's different. That's different.
I'm thinking you talking about like, oh, I just met
Past
her and we
life.
just connected,
Yeah.
and you go out your way like, man, let me run this bitch license plate or something. Like,
Nah.
then I'm looking at you like, what are you
Criminal
doing?
behavior.
See, that's my mama. She does that kind of stuff. She'll run like all the records. Just anybody I tried to talk to, she will run the record.
Cameron 08.
Yeah. Or like maybe she crazy or some shit, something like that. She meet a nigga and then do a nigga dirty, take all his money or some wild shit, or she burning. I don't know. Some niggas don't be having sex till they get married and shit. All type of shit. You know, I don't know. But if you need to know, I'm gonna tell you. I'm checking it out. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you.
now that I think of it, now that I think about it, yeah, you have done that before, like to me. Like you have though. Like you just like, hey bro, I ain't trying to be in your business, but I just felt you needed to know this. Like you have told me that before.
Yeah, that's good.
Because for me, it's a bigger flaw on my character as your friend. If I know some shit and I don't
Right.
say nothing, I just let it ride. And then the shit happen, and then I do the whole time like,
But there's a difference between knowing some shit and then looking for some shit. Like,
Yeah,
you know, if you go looking for some shit, like that's, I mean, for what?
I ain't saying I'm gonna dig too hard, but if I dig how I would dig just so on the surface level and some crazy shit come up from my surface level,
Yeah.
then I you know, then I may have to like, okay,
Level 1 investigation.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just make a few calls here and there. You heard about this, bitch? Da, da, da.
Oh.
Okay, so then the question becomes, let's say you do that, or you find out, you know, and you let your homie know, like, yo, Shorty is sly. I don't know if you want to stick with that, but he decided to stick with it. What do you do from there? Like,
That's his choice.
I feel like in them situations, I'd be like, I'm gonna tell you once, and I don't want to ever have to say I told you so. But
Yeah,
Tell you, and then
that's his choice.
make after that, we still friends. You still my nigga. You pick a old runner from Battle Creek one day that you want to marry, and I tell you up front, like, look, bro, this is what it is. If you love her, but this is what it is. And after that, we don't got to talk about it no more. You know,
Maybe he turned the hoe into a housewife. You never know.
changed. She could have changed.
Never know.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm
Better when she was ready for change.
it was for sure.
I guess.
You a good friend, cause that's a lot.
I don't know, girls. I don't think girls can do that type of shit though. Cause
But I feel like girls do though. I know quite a few. I'm not like that, but I do know quite a few ladies who are Inspector Gadget and they'll look some shit up and
lying and everything. God damn it.
Can I ask you a question about that though? Now that you bring that up, how many of those friends that you say do get Inspector Gadget, how many of them are single?
Facts.
it's
I
about
got one that's single.
one of them is engaged.
Out of how many?
3.
Out of my group, it's
One's
5
engaged,
of us.
one's single, one got
So
a
you
boyfriend.
know 3 Inspector Gadget ass homegirls, and only one of them is single.
Yeah.
That's
Right
surprising.
now.
Normally
One
them
is
is some.
but the other one got a boyfriend for now, so you know she's taking.
Okay, okay. Well then, the next question: how many of them are happily in their relationship?
I mean, okay. I'm not like that.
That ain't no boyfriend.
I'm only asking because a lot of times when I see chicks like that, that be them bored bitter bitches in the corner. They
Yeah,
ain't got nothing going for themselves.
I will say the one who's engaged, she's admittedly like owns her problem and tries to pull back. So their problems don't really have much to do with that. But the rest of them, yeah,
They just fucking. God damn it, that's what it is.
When you bored, I guess that's what you do. I don't know.
It is.
Better get a hobby.
Fucking
Yeah,
is a
trying
hobby.
to get to the bag.
You ever just be just laying in bed, be like, shh, let me see what this be.
No, because that's when you find problems. That's give me anxiety. That's stressful. Like I don't need that. I have to protect my peace. Like if it come up, it come up. The truth always comes to the light, and God gonna deal with you better than I can. So I just stay out the way, mind my business, drink my water, and
I don't care if his girl hate me for the rest of my life, for the rest of our friendship. That's still my dog, and I would just deal with her hating me. She could talk to me, call me old fat ass nigga, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It just,
Hey,
your loyalty not to her, it's to your friend, so it don't matter. She be all right.
right. And hit dogs holler, so I wouldn't have to say nothing if you wasn't doing nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling. So anybody that get with Brady or DeMonte in the near future, don't let me find nothing out, goddamn it, because I'm telling, flat out. I know everybody.
Oh, baby.
All the United States is.
This nigga do know everybody.
And then Tyler too. Me and Tyler family. So all you niggas out there moving how you shouldn't be moving. You feel me?
God.
Jump into the next topic right away. So this whole Kanye thing came up where owning his masters. He even came up with like a 6-step plan on how artists should be leasing their music to record companies and not having them sign to these 360 deals and owning their masters. And my whole thing about it is that as Black people, we own entertainment. You know what I'm saying? In every sense of the word, except the one that matters. We don't own it. We don't own any of these record companies. We don't own the music that we're making. What's your opinion on artists not getting their masters, but they're continuing to still sign these deals to not own their own creations?
I just can ask a question just to clarify. Okay, so basically they'll sign a contract. The record label owns the song and is able to use it in any way they want, and then the artist makes money from going on tour and doing promotions and things.
Yep.
Separate, right?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Because that's kind of crazy to me. Like, I mean, I guess I don't know that you wouldn't want to like on your, your own music that you put your work and time in for. But I guess I understand signing a deal when the money and the upfront advance is right there, and it seems like you work so hard. And I feel like that's how a lot of people get trapped in these crazy deals. Like,
right.
It's really unfortunate. Right. Yeah, this is probably one of the most valid points Kanye has made in a while.
Thanks.
So I'm gonna try to talk about it without getting too deep, because like when you think about it, there's this whole systemic oppression element that plays into it. But yes, essentially what you're talking about, like the most recent or impactful deals that have come out are called the 360 deal, right? Where you sign over your rights and essentially you go into kind of this, I won't even say a partnership, where basically you sign to a deal where the label is able to abstract funds or earnings from every aspect of your artistry. So whether that be tour money, merch, the music you make, royalties, publishing, all of that. So like they find a way to essentially get a percentage of every revenue stream that you can make as an artist. Now, like, of course, that ties into a level of systemic oppression, because as you mentioned, I'm not going to say that, no one should go to a major label because it's very helpful in some cases, brand recognition, immediate exposure, things of that nature. And it's very understandable that that people would sign these deals, especially if we think about hip hop culture, because when we think about hip hop culture, 1, we think Black, 2, we think young. So they're particularly, essentially, it's a predatory behavior where they're looking to find. Sorry, I live in New York, so it's gonna be loud. But so they're using predatory behavior to look for young, Black, impressionable people who are more than likely coming from impoverished situations, where signing and get a $35,000 or $50,000 signing bonus is the look. Like, oh shit, I'm up, and you getting this advance, you doing all of this. What they don't know is, like you said, as like I was saying before, every other element of your rights as an artist, including your name in some cases, is taken from you in that sense. And let's say you're in a situation, I won't even say his name, but my man's with the colorful hair. Now you're like, let's say you pop off, everything works, but then all of a sudden something happens and you flop. They gotta find a way to recoup all that money that they just pumped into your campaign as an artist. So like now you're putting yourself in further like legal and financial jeopardy. And as far as the Kanye point, it's a valid point, but because of recent history, how much of this shit is for the culture and how much of this shit is just for him to get his masters? And I'll sleep it there.
I agree. I was watching Cadillac Records the other day. That's like one of my grandma's favorite fucking movies because all the old artists. And there was one nigga in there, the Howlin' Wolf nigga, that was like, no, I don't want no daddy. Pay me what you owe me. Don't pay me nothing more. Don't pay me nothing less. If I'm supposed to come up, I will come up. And then the other nigga, Muddy Waters, this nigga had to go to the record owner, who was supposed to be his homie, which he wound up being. He was a decent man. Don't get me wrong. But he had to go to this nigga like, hey, my wife want a house. You know what I'm saying? As a grown-ass man, I would just feel crazy. Like, just... my wife,
put all that work,
You know-
thinking you making all this money, yeah.
Right. Then that's the other element of it too. Like when you think about how this is further perpetuated in a cycle that we put on ourselves, right? So even going back to the Kanye topic, where's all this conversation as it pertains to his good music label? You see how he's trying to sell that off. What are you doing with the masters to those artists? We've been talking about Diddy for decades, like the type of deals he's been signing. Birdman with Cash Money Records, like they've put this idea or inception in our minds that we should continue that. So not only is it happening to us, that we're further pushing it on to other people to keep the narrative going, and the main people that make the money is the labels.
Yep. And we're doing it to our own people now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, this is done to me, it's not going to be done to you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of entering into partnerships with my artists, you know what I'm saying? Now they're entering into these oppressive contracts with the artists. Even like in a New Edition, you know what I'm saying, where he got mad and went to the office like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, let's say my podcast jump off and I become a podcast owner. I wouldn't want to be like owning niggas' names and what they making or nothing like that. Like, no, I want you to be my partner. You know what I'm saying? And even give them the bigger share of their profit because they are the ones doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why, you know, we complain about all these oppressive things and then we put our own people through the same things that we went through ourselves. Just because it was done to us. We know it's wrong. We know you shouldn't do it, but since it was done to me, I'm going to do it to you.
Because it's hard to be a change maker. It's hard to be the first person or feel as though you're the first to, you know, blaze a new trail and be different. Because, I mean, if you take Kanye, for example, I mean, he might be crazy, but he often has original ideas, you know, that if you look at them with a side eye, you might can kind of understand and see what he's talking about and where he's going with certain things. You kind of do the, but he's often labeled crazy. But he blazes his own trail. He does his own thing, and he became worth a lot of money doing so. But it's not to say that it's easy. It's not for everybody to just, you know, do what you know, what you're comfortable with, even if it's wrong and you excuse it in your head. You make excuses. Oh, well, I got this bread now. I can do this, you know, for my mom. I can buy this. I can do that. I can da-da-da-da. But knowing long term is not going to be good for you. You people often think about right now and instant gratification that they can get from certain things. So it's easier said than done.
Fact.
Yeah, pretty much is like everybody does it out of desperation. Like for generations, your family is suffering. You constantly seeing that, and you trying to jump to that easy money. Like they throw $500,000 in front of you. You're not thinking about, because you're not educated to think on that of the long term. You just instantly thinking of what I can do right now to help my family, but you're not thinking of that. So
And it's hard to turn down $500,000. I ain't never had $500,000 in my bank account.
actually, when you
Oh,
never
no.
seen it,
I had to scratch my head a few times. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
It's not.
Then right. Then the other part about that is like, yeah, we've teetered the line between calling Kanye a genius or calling Kanye crazy, but like, come on, man, he not a lawyer. How much do you think he know about, legal contracts? So he might have just been in a situation where he like, oh, I have enough leverage to start my own label. I don't know how these contracts works, so I'm gonna just use the lawyers. Most oftentimes, the lawyers are given to the artist by the label, who are gonna be working in conjunction with the label and the publishing office, all of that. And then to the point about the whole crazy thing, I mean, I'm not getting in a conspiracy theory bag to say that Kanye isn't crazy or whatever, because to each their own. But a lot of times that label is put on people when they are necessarily trying to become a change agent or make those things. Like, to this topic, a lot of people didn't know that Michael Jackson at one point owned like half of the industry's publishing, because he had a conversation with somebody on the Beatles. The Beatles were like, we ain't even own our masters. He got on the phone, bought the Beatles masters, and the publishing company that owned the masters, they ended up being like, he got like 50% ownership or complete ownership. Then that company merged with another company. So he had 50% earnings of all, like, both of those entities, which had him like in control of everybody's masters. So he was able to do good things like give like Little Richard his masters back and stuff like that. But right around that time is also when they started putting them allegations on him about, oh, he touching kids, he doing XYZ. So you see how they treat you when you get to a position of power and leverage as well.
Thanks.
Crazy.
Thanks. I don't know, like, you right though. $500,000. Let the copacetic hour be up for $500,000, nigga. Where the dotted line?
Honestly, that you could sell this for a lot more. You just hold out. That sounds good, but you playing yourself.
Where the dotted line at, nigga? Shit, I'm gonna think about it for sure, nigga.
Yeah, it's worth a thought, but like, and this is happening in the podcast world too, where they're having like unions and stuff like that are arguing about like, okay, when the top dog signs this type of deal, they set the ceiling, and that, like, actually, trickles down into what everybody else's pockets is gonna get. And you got to think about ad revenue. How much percentage are you getting of the ads that you're bringing in to using your audience? So it's like, a lot of the times these companies are using you to get your audience, and you're not seeing any or reaping any of the benefits of it. So it's a cold game.
Definitely.
Knowledge is power. The more you know, and that's just the thing. That's why these kind of conversations are important, because a lot of people don't even consider that. They just, like you said, look at that number or the dotted line. I need to do this, that, and don't think twice about it. So
not even just like music industry or entertainment industry. It could be in everyday life. The small business owner, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever's going on, you know what I'm saying? Having deals with banks and other representatives that loan you into your business. Like, this is something that in our community we need to know more about. Definitely.
Lifestyles is a men's and women's clothing store that carries exclusive quality labels. Their mission is to bridge the gap between mainstream fashions and luxury brands. They're the go-to place for the latest fashions and trends. You can shop with them online at lifestylesapparel.com. That's LIFESTYLEZ apparel.com, and follow them online at Lifestyles Apparel on all social media outlets. While you're at it, visit them at their brand new Memphis location.
Like madness, let's go crazy.
Back to the podcast. We're going to move into our next segment, the consciously copacetic segment. All right. So we've been through 7 months of quarantine, and I was on Instagram and I saw Michael Rappaport make a comment about all the music that's out today. I'm going to play the
Yo, you're making club bangers, but they ain't got no club to go to. You're making strip pole music, but we don't have a strip club to go to. We've had 7 fucking months. We're heading into 7 fucking months. You've had 7 fucking months to come out with something articulating your personal feelings, the anguish, the pain, the sorrow, the uncertainty of where we are. Just a single. And the best we got is Wet Ass Pussy. Yeah, sure, J. Cole put out a couple of, these are not even good J. Cole songs, to be honest. Yeah, he says great things, but listen, just because come on, man. Come on. Do yourself a favor the next couple of days. Play Stevie Wonder on a loop. We're so disposable. We have access to mixtapes. We have access to every fucking song. Just live with Stevie for a few days.
So when I heard that, I was like, damn, like,
Man.
I didn't think about it like that, right? Because there is a lot going on right now, not just quarantine or anything like that. Like, we had a whole ass movement that like changed, most of the world's perception on what's going on with Black people. And I kind of agree, actually. Like, Lil Baby had a song, you know what I'm saying, that was like revolutionary, I guess, you know what I'm saying? And not even just revolutionary, like, there's nothing talking about like just Black love or unity and period. Like, unless you like, at least not, it's not mainstream. It's not the focus of what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's out there, but you got to go and actually search for it and look for that's happening right now. I went and looked at R&B billboards from 1968 at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, James Brown had like 3 songs in the top 10 that were all about Black empowerment at the time after the riots. You know what I'm saying? The Marvin Gaye had a song out. The Temptations all had these songs that were like demonstrating what was going on and the pain and the power that we have as Black people. And that's not going on right now. What are your thoughts?
I think that just stems back to the last topic, actually, because essentially those that are oppressing people who have those songs and music and whatnot, like, they only want a certain thing out there, right? So if we're sitting here talking about the different things that are actually going on, or an artist wants to do something like that, they're gonna be like, no, you are gonna do what I want you to do, or you're not getting paid.
I feel it. And even in comparison, like, to our parents or our grandparents, like, they have like these revolutionary artists, and like our parents had Tupac or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have any. I don't want to say we don't have any, maybe because shit, it's September. You know what I'm saying? Cole and them usually drop at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's coming. You know what I'm saying? But shit, we having a conversation now, goddammit.
We are quote unquote like, and of course there's not really a Tupac of this time, and I'm not trying to compare any particular artist, but I don't think they're really celebrated and revered the same way like Tupac maybe was at his time. And goes back to Alicia's point, like, that's not what they want to hear. That's not what they're trying to promote. And WAP is a cool song, but I could have done without it. You know what I mean? And I'm here for, of course, women being able to say what they want to say and be as nasty as they want to be on the song. But I've heard that song before. You know what I mean? And this is a prime opportunity. And Cardi B does use her platform, I feel like, to do a lot of positive things as it pertains to politics and things of that nature. So you kind of have to look at it in that perspective. Yeah. She does use her platform positively. So, but in regards to other artists, this is an opportune time to speak up, about certain things, use their voice, use their platform on what, and I feel like I do see it more now than ever, you know what I mean? But we got a lot of work to do still.
Yeah. It's just that a lot of it isn't at the forefront of it. Because there are, like E said, it is a lot of artists that actually do speak on that type of stuff. It's just that what's mainstream right now is what's catchy or what's gonna get people turned up and things like that. But like, it's a lot of artists like underground that speaks on these type of situations that's going on. It's just that the media, the money is that's pumping it is what's like stuff like WAP. So that's what it all is. It's just that you got to search for it to really hear it.
And you got to think about it too. Like, essentially, the whole music industry. I mean, Black people, we do own that industry for the most part. Outside of the fact that we don't actually own it, like you said before, it's just like at that same aspect, like we do exactly what the stereotypes that they want us to put out. They don't want us to look like we're educated. They don't want us to look like, we know things. We don't want us to be financially stable. They want us to just like put out there, make it seem like we're not educated and everything, and keep that cycle going.
Thanks.
So I feel everything everybody is saying, and there's certainly a lot of points that I can agree with, especially around, what's being perpetuated, what they want to push, things like that. But I guess when I heard the clip, my gut reaction as a creative or someone who like has a passion for making my own music, I'm kind of the mind of like, Mike, shut the fuck up, because I'm an artist, and you're not gonna police me and tell me what type of music I'm supposed to make because of the time. And for the very reason that y'all talking about, like, they're just pushing this. You can go out there and search for it. He even had it in his argument, like, we're so disposable, everything is so clicky. Get your ass up, search for it, and click for the music that you're fucking looking for. Like, don't tell Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion what type of song they should be making. If that's not what you want to listen to, we do have hundreds of thousands, if not hundreds of millions of songs that you can go find at the click of a mouse or at the click of your phone. Do that. So like, I don't really want to hear all that bullshit about, why are you putting this out? Why don't you listen to Stevie? Like, don't tell me what I should make, or get your ass up and make some music that you want to hear. Like, I'm not for that. But I do feel like the points that y'all making, but that's my gut reaction.
Thanks.
I think he was pointing to, though, more so the fact that it is what people are. I don't think he's listening to it, but people are listening to it, because he mentioned that it was like a Billboard chart topper or whatever. So
like, even people can pick and choose what they want to listen to. Like, I don't want to sit here and there's 50,000 things in my world going on right now. I don't want to sit here and be so consumed into what's going on. Let me have the avenue where I could go. If I want to listen to WAP and dance in my damn living room, let me do that. Like, I don't feel like I should be so caught up in, like, this is going on in the world. Let me sit here. Like, Trey Songz dropped music about how do you feel. I think it was called Riots or something like that, and like all this kind of stuff. But like, there's so much going on. And when you look on your phone and everything, something's always everywhere. Like, what's your avenue of release of something? Am I supposed to deal with it in the outside world? I'm supposed to see it when I scroll on Twitter, Instagram, and then I got to listen to it all day too? Like, dang, where can I find a sense of normalcy in all of this? Like, so what? I want to reminisce, listen to the song, and like think I'm in the club somewhere. Okay, boom. That's what I wanted to do. If you want to sit there and be so ingrained in everything going on in the world and just be depressed and just sad about it, no one's like taking away from what's out in the world. Like, we know what's going on. But can I think about something else for a second? Let me listen to something else. Like, that's where it's like, who are you to tell me, like he said, like, what to make as an artist, number one. And number two, what I should be listening to. Don't tell me to go listen to Stevie. If I don't feel like it, then I don't want to. I don't want to sit there maybe all the time and do that. Don't get me wrong. Like, I can want to listen to it at the time, but no, you pick and choose. Everybody has different moods. Who's to say, like, I wasn't listening to Stevie an hour ago, now I'm listening to WAP?
And then the
Like, you know,
piggyback off of that, it's also not unfair. It's unfair for him to say that as well. Like I said, because Cardi B does use her platform in, you know, both avenues. So, like you said, you want to express and create or feel like you in the club one day, and then, you know, tomorrow we can talk about politics. So,
above all that, like I love Michael Rappaport, super funny dude. Love him in the movies he's been in, but like I don't need you virtue signaling to me as a white man about what's going on in the world and what I should be listening to. Like, sit your ass over there. Like, you barely got the invite to the barbecue. Chill out, get your plate, sit down, relax. Like, we don't need to hear from you. Matter of fact, I look to hear from you when I want to listen to something funny. I'm not looking for you to tell me about the world today. If I want to do that, I'll get my ass on CNN, or I'll go to, you know, somebody's Instagram page who talks about that all day. You be funny somewhere since you want to tell me what to do.
See, I get that 100%, but at the same time, like right now, like you said, like this is a whole revolutionary type of time, and it's like we're trying to push all these different things, do all these different movements, and like one of the main things that's really big and gets people's attention is music. So why not use that to be more enlightened in different things? Like, I know I've seen a video before of a rapper who was talking about voting. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but like something like that was major. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people don't know how, or different politician type of things, and it's like things like that. I feel like we should do more of.
But I'll say this too, though. I'm sorry to cut you off because I know he's about to say something. Because you brought up a great point. You was like, okay, I looked up Billboard charts in 1968. There was X number of songs that were all talking about this. In 1968, where was Twitter? Where was Instagram? Where were all these radio? Where were all these other platforms that people as artists and as brands had to be able to speak to what's going on? So all they had was their music, and if the powers that be wanted to make money, or if they wanted to be a part of that, they had to put the music out because they knew that's what the people wanted. But in today's day and age, we have abundance of outlets for people to get their message across, and right now it's more so about get up off your lazy ass and go find what you're looking for, or get up and do something about what you're seeing. Like, people have been like saying more and more about how detrimental this type of climate is with like social media and all of that, but it's like you have the ability to curate your algorithm. Like, they're only going to put in front of you what you're looking for on a daily basis. So if that's all you're getting, what does that say about you as a consumer?
Facts. That's a good point, that there was no other outlets for them to be up on. Like, they couldn't do what Cardi B is doing now. They couldn't just put out, you know what I'm saying, let's get it on, and then get on Twitter and, you know, talk about revolutionary things. That's a good point. I'll definitely agree with that. I just think that with music, like, I don't think we have anything in life other than, I guess, religion, you know what I'm saying, that is more powerful and that's more moving than music. Music literally can change how you feel when you're feeling the opposite way. Can make you literally get up and change something about your life. Hot Girl Summer, even the shit that's not revolutionary, still make people get up and do things in their life that they weren't necessarily even thinking about or normally gonna do. Yes, balance is important because we don't want to go around feeling sad and shit all the time. Don't get me wrong. But that's the thing. Balance is important. We still need these revolutionary songs to guide us through the storm that we're going through right now. You know, because it's not like the way music sounds like now, it's like the shit is over. Like, the shit just started. It's not over. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell artists what to do or none of that shit, but I do think that is something that is needed. You know what I'm saying? That we need to be fully cultured. You know what I'm saying? You can like this and like that, and they still both be important. Instead, it doesn't have to be one or the other. Everything doesn't have to be black and white, especially with black people. You know what I'm saying? But that's something I agree with. All right. This week's episode is sponsored by the Design Lab at Shutterstock & Co. From logos and business cards to invitations and custom tees, the Design Lab is your one-stop shop for graphics. The Design Lab is the sole creator for copacetic merchandise, available now. Use your promo code COPACETIC for 10% off your copacetic merchandise. Shop now using the link in our bio. Back to the podcast. We're going to move into the email of the week. Please remember to create your own clip of the Copacetic Hour so you can enter in our monthly contest, the TCH Fan of the Month, to enter in to win your Copacetic gear. This week, for the email of the week, Dear TCH, the Copacetic Hour, how can I tell my live-in boyfriend that his hustle isn't paying the bills and he needs to get a job? I work full-time, I pull overtime and weekly just to make sure our ends meet. He works on, quote-unquote, our business, but after 2 years, it makes less money than it costs to operate. I'm scared that if I give him an ultimatum, I'll end up looking like Taraji in Acrimony. But I'm tired. Our relationship is great otherwise, but please help. What y'all got? Sound like a young lady, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get their business off the ground and the boyfriend doesn't want to work. What are y'all takes?
Wait, so she has a business or she has a job?
He has a job, and they have a business.
Around 2 years, it's time to take that L. I mean,
get a job, right?
Well, you should have already had a job, first of all. If your business is profitable. She's real nice.
Business should be part-time. You know what I'm saying? Be working on your business after your job.
Exactly.
You can use that job to fund that business.
Facts.
So
4 hours in the day. So
facts. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Goddamn it, I hate my job.
On the club.
God damn it. Soon as I'm gone.
Yeah, but wait, she said she's afraid if she gives him an ultimatum, what's gonna happen?
End up like Taraji in the Acrimony movie.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta go there, sis.
Just might lose one day. Shit, you know.
I mean, listen. If she don't say nothing, she probably gonna end up like Taraji as well. Honestly.
Facts. I don't want to say it depends on what the business is too. If this nigga a rapper, okay, I'm sorry. It depends on if he good or not. If he good, okay, keep going. If he not good, because you can tell if a nigga good. I'm sorry. Or if the nigga
You're a rapper, you need a job.
So you can.
If he's selling T-shirts, or it depends on what the business is. Like he's selling Mary Kay's makeup line, you know what I'm saying? He needs to do something else. Candles, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. You gotta be working towards your goal, of course. But you can't be, as a man, I feel like, or as a man, either if it's a, you know, whatever they got going on, as a man, I feel like you can't be letting your woman or your other significant other taking care of you. You know what I'm saying? That's me in my opinion.
That's just on the basic level. Like nobody should be really supplying your lifestyle on the basic. Like you should just be able to take care of your needs. Now, if you need a little help, that's different. But
Right.
for them to be taken care of, and she said she working overtime to make ends meet. Oh, you got me fucked up and tired. I'm working overtime and you don't have a job. Like that's just not gonna work. And you're living in my house. Like take the roles out of it. You know, male, female, all that out of it. Like, yeah, nah, dog. You got to bring something to the table.
Right.
Get some food stamps or something. Like
He's
I don't
straight. He Tommy from Martin. Like he ain't
period.
got
Tommy had money though. I don't know.
I'm about to say, yeah, Tommy, we just didn't know what he did, so we
That's
assumed he
it.
ain't had no
That nigga
job.
handed him a clear business card one day.
I don't know, man. I think Shorty getting used.
You said what?
I think Shorty might be getting used and she don't know it.
Facts.
Yeah.
That sound like some nigga shit.
I like it.
Could be.
Sounds like it.
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? She come to him, and that nigga, you know what I'm saying? He be like, what?
What more do you want from me?
What you want me to do with that, baby? I can't.
It's been 2 years though.
And then, right. And then the concern is, depending on what the hustle is, like, okay, maybe he's not a rapper. Maybe it's something where, like, you have to have a certain level of business acumen. If you're not successful at that, how the fuck are you going to have a normal job? Like, to do regular business acumen things, like hold a conversation, sell a product, any of those other things. So it's like, and we don't know, like, what's his qualifications? Does he have a degree? Does he have a diploma? Like, what type of job is he even qualified to get? Because in his mind, he may be thinking it's a pride thing where it's like, oh, I don't want to work at Taco Bell if I got this dream. But like you said, you gotta put in what you want to get out of it. And if you're not willing to work those extra hours to see things come true, or find a job that gives you not only the funds you need, but the experience that you need to improve in your craft. Like, let's say you are doing something in music or something like that, like, or if you're doing something in sports or whatever, like so many people get caught up in what the public facing role is, and they're not really thinking about all the intricacies that go into that. Like, okay, maybe you want to be a rapper, or you want to be in sports or something, but you can get a job like working at a gym or becoming a trainer or learning how to work equipment, become an engineer. Like, especially if you're working in music, take the time to like learn to become an engineer. That way, not only are you recording yourself, you're putting your own money back into the business, but you can record other people and then start to like create more money off of your passion.
Your relationships, all of that, for sure.
Exactly.
See,
So
but
it
that
sounds
makes
like you're lazy.
I would say though too, like you have to think about too, like he started like 2 years ago, right? So she probably was okay with it 2 years ago. What made her okay with it before, and then now just because it hasn't, fallen through, why are you like?
I love him. I want to support his dreams.
I'm sure she's probably tired. Like she's working, like she said, she's working overtime. But like Brady said, one thing one of my professors told me is like, you're never gonna get the first job you want when it comes to your career. You just need to get you a job that's gonna give you the skills and help you pay the bills. So you're gonna learn some things, like you said, to help you towards whatever this big dream is. But at the end of the day, we gotta pay bills. Like dreams do not cover rent. So I'm tired of working overtime. It's been 2 years, bro. Like what's up? And not to say that you can't continue to go after your dream, but something's got to give, something's got to change. And you're a grown ass man, and I'm sure she started taking care of him. Every time they go out to eat, she got to reach in her purse. Like bills due, he handed her, the bills. Like, come on, like this is not okay. I'm over it. I said 6 months, and here we are 2 years later. So
I know this. If I was her, it better not be a motherfucking plate in the sink. It better not be a piece of lint on the floor. Okay. It better not be a dirty towel in the bathroom. And it better not be no goddamn sports on the TV. Like, it better be everything she want in the house. And if he's smart, he doing that too. Because she said every other aspect of the relationship is great. He better, every time she walk in the house, he better be figuring out a way to stay on her good side. Because right now, it seemed like he 1 foot out the door if he don't act right.
Right. She writing letters.
Alicia, it was the dick. That's what,
That too, probably. I'm sure
Right,
that
I'm
played a
about
role.
to say,
Touche.
that is a stereo. I'm about to say, back in my broke days, I was giving out A plus to get by. You gotta make it work. You gotta make it work.
You know what I'm saying?
Like an armpit, do something. Like I'm gonna make her love me. I'm broke as hell.
Wow.
You don't got shit to do but get
He said lick an armpit.
Do something.
Just really be on that. That's crazy.
working, nigga. You might get some half dicks, you know, from time to time throughout the week.
Right.
Catch me on a day off, so you want me to dick you down. God damn it! Only I'm getting out of work and you want me to dick you down.
They're valid points. Maybe I should go check out the unemployment line.
What this fucking rent paid or not? God damn it! Shit. I can sit at home and give you great dick all day. Cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Motherfucker better not complain about missionary position at all. You better have the sturdiest abs and hip in the game, pause. Like, you better be ready. Everything about everything else he do in that relationship better be on point. He playing.
And he ain't say nothing else, so he must be doing A-okay. Because you know that's the first thing somebody gonna complain about. You ain't got no job and you got whack dick. Like, nah. She wouldn't have lasted 2 years. I think we can rule that out. Because I don't think this would have lasted 2 years. Working overtime, whack dick, no job. Nah. That's just a recipe for disaster.
Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Write me back. Let me know if he got a job or if you met a new nigga. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, let me know. We love all our listeners.
Yeah, tell that nigga to wake up. You gotta wake up from your dreams at some point.
Keep writing the email. Moving into our last topic of the day. This was a quick one. You know what I'm saying? It was short and sweet, but I appreciate it. The hood situation. What hood situation? Who hood situation? Why? Because shit be happening in the hood. So today's hood situation is, what was the first song you ever had sex to? And to go deeper on that, when you have sex, because people like me that was having sex at 13, is that song was appropriate at the time when you were having sex to it? Let me know.
13?
13?
Right.
Damn boy.
13. What's wrong with that?
13?
What?
Off about
What?
Right. Oh my God.
Early in the creek.
Early.
When I heard that 13, I was like, that just reminded me to talk to my little cousins now.
Oh my God, 13.
Yeah, bro. Hey, who your daddy? Little Boosie? Nigga, that's
Damn near.
I remember that I was in the hood. I was at her grandma's house. And I was right before I had AAU basketball practice, nigga. I remember that shit, goddamn it.
This nigga out here just happy about the trauma you lived through.
Was it trauma?
If she was
trauma?
Nigga, you should be having sex at no 13, especially if she was older.
Oh, she was older, we was the same age.
Think about the 13-year-olds you know now. Imagine them having sex.
Yeah,
whoa.
They too hot to try now.
Whoa.
I'm about to say, they too hot to try now. I heard
that literally gives
timeline talk about that movie Cuties or whatever that is on Netflix. They wilding on there.
Wow. I don't want to talk about this.
Right, damn. But the first song, I can't even remember.
Yeah, I was about to say, because my first time, it wasn't to no music though. It was just like
a boring ass time.
No, because it was it was that quick. It was that quick wonder. Like,
right. You know what?
It's like because we in the middle of getting caught. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it wasn't. We ain't have no time for no music.
I can't even hate because now that I think about it, mine wasn't to music either. It was a movie that was on. I can't remember the name of the movie right now. But since it's some hood situations, this is what happened. So I don't know if y'all remember or know, like on cable TV, how HBO get down, or how like a lot of cable TV stations get down. A lot of times they got a regular station, then they got like their West Coast station that play everything on the same loop just 3 hours later or whatever. So I was at one shorty crib, and the movie was on, and I was trying to get it in, but her cousins and stuff was upstairs, so she ain't want us to get caught or whatever. So I dip out, I leave. I'm like, man, I guess it ain't gonna happen. So I go to another friend's house, and it's like some people over there that I know, and it's another homegirl over there that I know. I go over there, I say what up to everybody. I get to shorty. She said hi. And her next question out her mouth is, "You got condoms?" I'm like, yeah. Like, I don't know why you asking, but yeah, I do. She's like, all right, bet. So everything going on, I think we like drinking and shit like that. Long story short, I get it popping with her. Tell me why the exact same scene on the West Coast HBO was playing on the same movie from the first chick that I was trying to get with. So like, I can't remember the name of the movie, but every time I see like a scene from that movie, I'll be like, damn, like that was my first time. It was so crazy.
What was in the movie?
I think it was like Leonardo DiCaprio. Some random shit was in the movie. I gotta remember the fucking movie.
It was fucking the Titanic, goddammit.
I was thinking the same thing.
Hey, either way, shit was going down. You know what I mean?
God damn it.
Yeah, I remember mine. It was a Young Jock first time. It ain't nothing like the first time. You guys remember that song?
Like the first time. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, that sounds like you planned it out.
Right.
I'm gonna blow your mind.
Baby, can I touch you?
That's a good one. All right. I don't.
What about you, Shekinah Kind?
I don't remember the first song that I had sick. I mean, I just put on a playlist. Usually, it's like, you know, Chris Brown or Trey Songz or something in that vibe.
What was the song?
I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. I don't really.
Dang, you don't remember?
I used to have for my first time having sex. Period. I didn't have music in the background. There wasn't any music. I didn't introduce music until later. So
y'all was just fucking with the light.
And by that point, it wasn't a priority.
Music wasn't a priority though. Like in my mind, I was just like, damn.
It was usually movies or like TV or something too, like Netflix and chill type things. So
before there was even a Netflix shit, for me it'd have been Blockbuster and Bust Her Down. You know what I mean?
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, it's not a Blockbuster.
Tyler, what about you?
Oh, mine was Motivation, Kelly Rowland.
Okay, I thought I was just about to say Jeezy.
No, I wish. Thug Motivation. Oh my God, I wish.
I was gonna say, like, damn. Thug ass back in the day.
Right, god damn. I ain't gonna lie though. One time I did it and a motherfucking Waka Flocka Flame playlist came on. That is the hardest I have ever sweat in my whole life. Get to work. I was in that bitch. I was going hard in paint for real. It's like you ain't got no choice but to like match the tempo or the song you listen to. You can't be in there making love.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Whole time too. The whole time.
Crying.
That's funny. My first time, like I said, I was at her grandma crib. He was upstairs in the bed, and fucking, it was to Joe and Case, Faded Pictures.
Y'all had some romantic setups.
Y'all some grown ass.
My first time was awkward in the bitch.
Okay, it was
that shit was not cool. It was not sexy at all.
Grade. It was 7th grade.
In the 7th grade, you was
13, right? 13 and 7th, right?
13 is like
Nice.
sixth grade or something like that. Because I think you like 14 by the time you get to seventh grade. Or you like 13 or 14. So you might be right.
13 is 8th grade.
Yeah, 8th grade.
Because I went into high school at 13 and I was a year ahead.
Oh yeah. Shit, I'm old. I don't know.
Talking about 14. I hope you wasn't 14.
I depends on when your birthday is.
It don't matter.
I don't know your
you was
birthday.
real, nigga. You was 13. You nasty ass nigga. What's wrong with you? Who hurt you? Why did this happen?
It was the summer going into 8th grade, I think it was. Yeah. I went over there after school.
You're just reminiscing over here. Like, you're like, ooh, wee.
It's like a motherfucker. Oh, wow.
Practice
Ain't
all.
nothing like the first time, I guess.
Practice late and had to run.
You had the wobble legs. You was weak in the knees afterward. This nigga was in the locker room talking about, I got me some Cuddy. I got me some Cuddy.
Cut a couple hours ago, coach.
Why you smiling like that? Nigga smiling doing sprints.
Got me some Cuddy, coach. That nigga runs. Like, well, go run your Cuddy ass around this track, nigga. And then everybody was like, how was it, nigga? Like, we was all talking and shit. So shout out to that. That was a good experience for me.
He like, wherever you are.
I just found that bitch out.
Shout out to
Right. He about to find you on the book later.
Whoa!
Like, remember that time?
Nah, nigga, I'm married.
Thank you. Whoa. Too much, that guy.
I can in my mind, goddamn. Shit, nigga.
In your mind, yeah.
You better do that shit outside your house. About to say, wife get to read in that mind. You better stop playing.
Not outside the house.
You better do it, bro. Reminisce in the car, nigga.
This nigga thinking some shit.
On the
Let me
couch.
go in here.
Yeah, why you smiling so hard?
What you over there thinking about? What you doing?
Good. I don't want to be in trouble. Facts.
Good edit.
Your wife be doing that? She be looking at you like, why you happy and I ain't caused it?
No, not at all. Low key, I've told Gigi about all the sex I've had, all the things I've done. And she cool with it. Even like I've had girls on the podcast that I've had relations with, and she's totally fine. And we talk about it. We've talked about me like talking to them on the podcast. Gigi's cool. Gigi's like, she really trusts me.
That's a real one.
Yeah.
Sheesh. That means we looking at that ring.
You got you one, cuz.
Okay, cuz what?
Cuz I would be over here like, who?
You want to do what?
Inviting them to talk to you for what?
No.
Questions.
Well,
what?
Shout out to Gabriel.
Okay, because she is a real one.
No, but Gigi's just comfortable with everything, and it's in the past. You know, it ain't shit I could do. I can't unfuck him.
No, but we're not about to sit here and talk about it all day.
We don't be talking about.
And they not supposed to be on my show either.
Not my show. Right.
We don't be talking about when we was fucking.
What?
Talking about, like,
what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
talking about like some funny shit that happened. Experience.
Hey, what's funny?
I'm just talking about like I can have that conversation.
Right, yo, Shorty, you remember that one time we was laughing and we fucked after? Like, what?
Right. What do you mean? What's funny? I don't know what's funny.
I do want to do an episode though where I bring my exes on, and
you wild
noise that you
are crazy.
I want to do a show where I bring my exes on and we talk about our relationships, all the bad shit I did to them. You know
Why would you do that? It's called the copacetic hour.
Why would you do that?
It'll be good.
You want to get that?
That don't even sound fun.
How that don't sound fun?
Because why though? Like, what is your end goal ultimately? What are you trying to get out of this conversation?
That conversation will build like
you trying to bring them closure? Are they
because
Like, what's like for what?
No,
Because why do you need to have 6 of us? Why do you have 5 of us on this show?
right.
Why do you need five of your exes in here to sit about what you did?
I wouldn't even invite the
Mm-mm.
hoes on here. I would invite the ones that like actually I had building and growth experiences with to talk about it. Like if I'm gonna talk about it, it's gonna be for a purpose. It's not gonna be.
Do they have relationships now? Or are they still
They
single?
all, some of them married, some of them in relationships. You know what I'm saying?
You still talk to them? Like you still know them?
Yeah.
We're just
Like,
friends. He's friends with all his exes.
Bro, I'm from Battle Creek, bro. It's small, bro.
No.
You're a good one.
who cares?
Ain't shit that damn small. You're brave. That's all I can say. You're brave. How about that?
It'll be a dope conversation, and it'll show how people grow and what people can learn from, for sure.
Absolutely.
Tune into that if I can get them to do it. You know, so I haven't talked to any of them about that. You know, so
Wait, they know each other too?
That's just stupid.
everyone knows me, so I'm pretty sure.
So you just gonna introduce all of them to each other?
Yeah, what do it matter? I'm married. Shit, what the fuck?
Hey, I dated him
have
in
an idea for the
2012.
icebreaker.
Hey, I dated him in 2015. Like, who wants
Right,
to do
because
that?
one of them gonna be like, well, I dated him.
Miss
in
Tyler and
2015.
I dated Ernest in 2015.
And she going, somebody else gonna be like, wait, I dated Ernest in
I dated
2015.
him in 2015. What do you mean? Then
Definitely
boom, all
overlap,
hell
bro.
break loose.
A few of them, maybe all overlap, just to keep it a buck. So I mean, it don't matter.
So you
Drama.
want
You
to
just want unnecessary
How about
drama.
how about you just bring like your homeboys on and y'all can talk about what y'all did wrong in past relationships? 'Cause I'm sure
I
you
think
know.
that's a bad idea.
It's the worst idea
that's
I
a
ever
bad
heard.
idea.
I am not about to sit up here and talk about my mistakes. We can sit up here and talk about what she fucked up for.
Not what I did though.
Transgression.
Oh man,
How you grown? You're a better man now, or you?
I've grown to not fuck with a terrible woman, and I got the fuck on.
Then you have to learn your words, boundaries. There you go.
it'd be deeper if I had the actual women who I grew from.
That gives me
No.
anxiety. My heart's beating real fast for you right now.
Especially they got their own stuff going on. I don't matter in their life. You know what I'm saying?
You a good one.
You don't know they being married now, what they learned from me or what they did not want.
Who cares?
Okay, Ernest.
You know what I'm saying? That's deep.
All right, Dr. Feelgood.
I'm sure they learned a lot from you.
Mm-hmm.
So much.
So much.
So much. Talking about something they overlap, boy.
All right, let's go ahead and end the podcast there. Go ahead and give them y'all hit ups. Let them know where they can find y'all. If y'all got anything going on, let them know. We're getting about 1,000 listens per episode so they can support y'all.
Again, I'm Monte. I could be found on, follow me on at IG at Monte_Jones _7. I'm working on the YouTube page right now because I'm also an inspiring actor. I've been in a few commercials so far. I also do a little bit of improv comedy acting on stage. And I'm looking to join a new production in the fall, depending on COVID. So look out for me. I'm gonna be back on your show, E.
Well, thank you for having me back. I'm Shekinah. She Kinda Crazy. Follow me on Instagram. She_Kinah KINAH_ with a K. Yeah. I'll be back.
I'm Alicia. Thank you again for allowing me to be on the show. You can find me on Instagram, bohemian.hippie.chick. I don't do much on there except post inspirational things, sometimes funny things. So, yeah.
As always, it's your boy Brady B. Always a great time being on TCH. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Brady_McBadass.
I'm Tyler. You can find me at TylerBell_ on Instagram. Or I work at Saks Fifth Avenue during the pandemic. So follow my Saks page, Tyler.Saks, and get your designer game right.
Facts. Everybody make sure y'all go and support them. and I am your host, 5. You can find me at notorious_BIG_E or follow the podcast Instagram at The Copacetic Hour or the podcast Twitter at Copacetic Hour. Keep visiting our website for your Copacetic merch at thecopacetichour.com, or please enter in, create your own clip, and use the hashtag TCH Fan of the Month to be entered in our contest for Fan of the Month for your free Copacetic gear. We're going to leave you with our mantra. Please protect your peace, secure your wealth, and define your destiny. This is the Copacetic Hour. Peace.
You're tuning in to the Copacetic Hour.
This is the Copacetic Hour.
Why don't you just chill?
Why don't you just chill? Why don't you just chill?